Ladies and gentlemen, this is Marcel. Thank you once again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk about sparkling wine, champagne. As you know, I take every occasion that I can to savor. Today I'm not going to savor. We're going to leave that for another day. I thought it would be appropriate today with what's happening in the world that I sing a song about going to the moon, leaving this planet for a few minutes and forget about what's happening in the planet. And here it goes. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, I love you. So today, champagne, my goodness, the drink of celebration. The celebratory drink, one of my favorite wine regions in the world. One of the most adaptable wines that works with all kinds of foods. So champagne is probably one of the nicest drinks there is outside in a patio. We undermine it, we under-drink it, we underutilize it. It is made with the three varietals. Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, which are red, and Chardonnay. And a lot of people think, well, why is it white? Because if you press the grapes and you take away the skins, the color will be this color. The only reason red wine becomes red is because it macerates. It stays in contact with the skins, stay in contact with the juice. Chardonnay provides freshness and elegance. Pinot Meunier brings fruitiness and aromas. And Pinot Noir gives it the body and the structure. So each one of the varietals has a purpose. There are times you will see in the label blanc de blanc, well, they're only using white varietal, which is Chardonnay. Sometimes you see Blanc de Noir, and that's, of course, the blend of the two. It was Dom Perignon that, in the 1690s, that was credited with the idea of inventing champagne. Middle of the night, you know, the corks start popping in the monastery, and he was in charge of the cellar. He rushed downstairs to the cellar, and he thought, oh my goodness, evil has entered our monastery. But he realized, no, this is not evil. This is a second fermentation that happened in the bottle. As much as he wanted to take the credit, the truth and the reality was in the south of France, way before the 1690s, they were making sparkling wine, the champenoise method, what it is called today. And that is, again, second fermentation happens inside the bottle. The name champagne was utilized and was actually in labels of sparkling wine from around the world until Champagne stopped that and said, no, Champagne is our region. You can call it method champenoise, and that's what the world started doing. As a matter of fact, in Spain, they have a specific name and they call it cava. It is made the champenoise method. California makes a lot of really good sparkling wine. As a matter of fact, some of the big champagne houses are in California. Ontario makes really, really good sparkling wine also. The three main regions is Montagne de Reims in Champagne. There is the Côte de Blanc, and there's the Vallée de Marne. Those are the three main regions producing sub-regions of Champagne. It is actually interesting to know that Cristal is one of the most commercialized first class champagne available made by Louis Roederer, and it is actually vintage. So technically, vintage, to have a vintage champagne, or you must have a declared year that was a really good year. Those grapes are fantastic, and they're going to make really good product. Most of the big champagne houses will have vintage champagne, and you won't see it every year because not every year is declared. Victoire is a terrific champagne made by the Marcel group, or my friend Jean Remy. I got to thank Mr. Jean Remy and the Rapinoe family. They're the fifth largest estate owners in Champagne. They invited me a few years ago and they awarded me the Order de Coteau de Champagne. And it's only really 5 Canadians that have received that since the 1600s. So thank you to you, Jean Remy, and your family. Devaux is actually a lovely champagne, and the reason I have Devaux here is because this one is rosé. So technically, rosé champagne is made with a little maceration, a little contact with the skins, so the skins bleed the color and make a wine with a little more structure. Cremant, I have a Cremant de Loire. Cremant is all sparkling wine outside of Champagne that is made in France. So any of the regions in France that make sparkling wine, they call it Cremant. So if you go to Burgundy, Burgundy produces also a great Pinot Noirs and great Chardonnays, very similar. It's as close as it's going to get to a wine made in Champagne, or a sparkling wine made in Champagne. The world, I mentioned California. Portugal actually is making really good sparkling wine, and this is made with the grape called Albarino, and this is made the Champenoise method too. And so does this lovely cava from Spain, Segura Viudas. And finally, I have actually a really nice Prosecco, which is Villasandi, and this Prosecco is made different. It's not the Champenoise method, but the Charmat method. So that second fermentation happens in a big vat, steel vat, and the bubbles are not as fine, but they are making a really good product in the north of Italy. The regions of the Prosecco have been really controlled now, and they have serious regulations, almost as strict as in Champagne, making really good sparkling wines. Next time you're going to celebrate, or just a Saturday afternoon, or a Monday morning, who knows, don't put orange juice. Drink the sparkling wine, drink the orange juice later, and have a great day.